Hi everyone, Brian from Bear Bull Traders here. It is Sunday, January 26th. Jumping on here, just do a weekly review, week that was, and take a look ahead. There's lots to look forward to this week. As you know, we've had this virus outbreak, and it's probably going to be featured in the news for some time to come. As we know, they eventually fall off the radar, but it's not at that point yet. We're going to continue to see new reports of infections, unfortunately more deaths, but that's, I think, at the stage we're at this point. And, as the market did sell off on Friday, and, really, in part, I think the market's kind of looking for a reason to take a breather after this big run we've had on through January so far. So I think more volatility to come. And also we're into the earnings season. We've got some big names reporting this week, as most people know. We've got Apple, AMD, Starbucks coming up early in the week, Tuesday. We've got Tesla, Microsoft, Facebook midweek, and Amazon, Visa, some of the oil companies later in the week. So, yeah, big companies reporting this week. So we'll see how their stock prices react. The ones like Apple's been on a tear. So is it going to be a sell the news event, or is it just going to be a catalyst to go higher, their earnings? I don't know. It can be hard to say. We'll just have to wait and see. Not making any prognostications right now. So you can see here, this is what happened on Friday. As you can see, we started out higher and finished the day lower. Everything, almost every group was in the red. Let's take a look at the groups here quickly. See here, the only thing that actually looked half decent was utilities, and of course utilities is a safety trade. And you can see here, even on the weekly performance and the monthly performance, utilities have been the best performer. And if you look at the XLU, which is the utilities ETF, you'll see it's been smoking higher. Not surprising when you see these numbers here, and then take a look at the XLU. But it's a tale of two tapes here, because we still got technology featuring a risk on trade, and so people are putting money into risk on and risk off. So it's kind of a weird situation. Let's take a look at some of the indexes quickly. Again, we had the transports pull back on Friday, although bounced off this trend line that it's continuing to hold here. We had a breakout, we had a pullback, retest of the previous level of resistance where we broke out from, and we'll see where the transports go, if it's going to hold this line or not. And the yields really fell out of bed here. 10-year Treasury yields, you can see here, heading lower. I think generally speaking, they're talking about the impact the virus is going to have on the economy. It's already talking about Chinese. The economy is going to already take a hit from this, which isn't surprising. They're shutting down cities. People aren't going out. People aren't shopping. So yeah, it's a pretty significant event here in China right now. And it's starting to maybe spread around the world a little bit. But, in response to this, looking at interest rates, maybe the Fed stepping in and lowering rates again. And here's the weekly. We had this nice trend line. We had a bit of an ascending triangle here. Here's the top. Here's the line that came up on the ascending triangle, and we've broken down out of that. So maybe heading lower, TLT may be the way to play that. And you can see here the Dow still kind of sputtering. We made this high, and then the rest of the week we really struggled, and then we did a significant pullback on Friday. Tried to break out again and pulled back. We're still holding this 20 moving average here on the daily. See the week. Again, the week we had an inside week. RSI dropped back down. Not a significant amount of sellers in there. So we'll see what the week brings. And again, let's skip over the dailies and we'll just look at the weeklies. Another inside week for the small cap. So tried to break out from this high and rejected it almost to to the point, and now we're pulling back here. So this is a level of support that needs to hold here, this 163.50-ish level. We may end up heading back down to this 158 level if we lose this. And again, it's going to depend on, the news flow with the virus and how people perceive an impact on the economy. Also, as I mentioned, the earnings reports, see what the guidance people are giving, see how the reports come out and the guidance. You can see here the Qs again made a new weekly high, but then significantly pulled off of it. RSI is still pretty overbought here, so we could pull back some more. And the SPY, same thing. I think we made a new weekly high, but then pulled back on it on the week. So kind of an inside week there as well. Again, not significant volume on the selling, so there wasn't a stampede to the door. So this may be just a pause after this big run, like most of the indexes. Dollar rose here. It's up really right near the level it's been bumping up against. And normally that wouldn't be good for gold or some of the other commodities, but gold has been going higher as well. Talk about that. VIX popped up here with the market selling off, and now it looks like it might want to get a pretty significant reversal. Got to this 16 level, but did a pretty significant reversal. I took some TVIX on Friday into the close, thinking we'd probably have more bad news. So we'll see how that works out. That was a bit of a small trade there. So let's take a look at what we've got. Actives. I don't have much active right now. I'm kind of stepping back for the time and see how things play out here. APDN, I took this off. I was really, we did pop to 5 here. I was really hoping to see this thing to start to follow through, but we didn't get any kind of follow through there. So let's take a look at what else we got here. Cake, took all that off, but still looks interesting. This 20 moving average is starting to curl up here, and the 20 moving average held, so maybe we're going to be putting in like a bit of a double bottom here, and we may head higher, but we'll have to see how Cheesecake Factory reacts with the virus situation. OPGN, still have a tiny bit of shares left. I was almost going to bail on it, but I got a good entry on it, so I'm still holding, and it actually did well on a bad tape, so it actually may continue to go higher. I'm going to keep an eye on that one on Monday and see if we start pushing higher on that. And I may add back in again. Take a look at what we got on watch here. BBio, again, I'm just watching. It really looks like, like I said, a bit of a head and shoulders here. One shoulder, there's the head, there's the right shoulder, and it looks like I'm still waiting for it to kind of break out here, to break out from this and hold above this 35.60 level, and then maybe we'll get a move to the upside here. So keeping an eye still on BBio. Gold popping up even with the dollar strengthening. US dollar looks like it's right back up to nearly the session high from January. LK, again, any Chinese stocks are really getting smoked right now with this situation. It's pulled back to this and bounced off of this 40 level, which was this prior level of resistance. So we'll see what LK does, but if we're going to sell off again on Monday, I suspect we will lose the 40 level. But at some point, LK will be an investment like all these Chinese stocks once we get past the virus situation. It will happen. So if you look here, Nugget, we're back right up at prior support, which is going to be probably some resistance again. If we have more of a sell-off on Monday, I think Nugget will actually push higher, and it could get to 36. So kind of watching that at the open. Semiconductors really sold off on Friday. Again, probably pull back. TNA again. This way to play small caps, pulling back. UNG, I don't know what to say about natural gas. I mean, I think they're going to be paying people to use it at some point if it keeps going the way it's going. And oil getting smoked here as well. Obviously, if there's some significant impact with the virus, everything is going to slow down. Airlines are getting hit because people aren't going to be traveling because they're paranoid, and oil consumption just generally will be down, and that's demand will be down, and that's why oil is sinking. And it's actually dragging a lot of these, some of these Permian Basin plays lower as well. Some of the ones that are heavily in debt. It looks like some of them actually, if the oil price continues lower here, may go out of business or go bankrupt anyway. Watching this one stock here, it's had a nice run, doing a bit of a pullback, right back to 350. So we broke out from roughly 250, made it up to almost 450, just rough and dirty. Now we've had a 50% pullback, pretty close to that pullback level. So keeping an eye on this VRU that I picked up on a scan. And work is really ugly. Someone was watching that, and I just thought I'd check it out. But yeah, pretty ugly chart there. Looks like it's going back down to test this 20 level. And if it does, it might be worth an entry because it's held there once, and it dropped below twice there. What did it hold here? 2015. It's held here 2020. So funny how that 2020, 2015 double bottom here, 1, 2, and then popped up. But yeah, it's just yeah. I'd be putting an alert at around 20, maybe 2010, and yeah, you could use a stop under 20. See if you get a bounce here. But again, I'm a little bit cautious with all the earnings coming up this week, and with the virus situation and how things are going to unfold here. So best to kind of keep the powder dry, look for some bottoming action, and get ready to jump back in, or look at some opportunities when things settle down a bit. All right, everyone. Well, that's it. Here's my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade, if you are interested in learning more about swing trading and some of the strategies, routines I use. And also, if you're going to be joining us in the Bear Bull Trading Room, day trading room in the morning, pre-market show starts at 8:30 in the morning. Normally Norman Carlos, can be some other people if one of them is not available, but we have that on streaming live YouTube. So if you want to come in and join us there, we do the pre-market show looking at what's moving and what's in play. So if you want to join us, that'd be great. Maybe we'll see you there in the morning. If not, enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. We'll talk to you later.